this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm your host. Tonight's my guest is Maggie Trakel from Connecticut Solar Challenge. Maggie, welcome. How are you?
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how's it going?
Good.
Awesome. Awesome, thanks for coming down. So, who is Maggie Trakel and what exactly is Connecticut Solar Challenge?
Connecticut Solar Challenge has been around for the past 3 years promoting clean energy here in Connecticut.
Okay.
We're a nonprofit, and we have just recently began to spread our wings and become a little bit bigger.
All right.
Our main objective is what I had said, is to promote clean energy, but now we're also teaching people about energy efficiencies.
Really?
Yep. So we go around from town to town, and we promote a program that promotes clean energy such as solar power and energy efficiencies like your home energy solutions program.
Right.
And we team up and partner with towns, and we've been in 11 towns, partnered with 11 towns, and we are now doing a shoreline event, which has combined Branford and Guilford to extend the program pricing that Madison, Clinton, Westbrook, and Old Saybrook had already enjoyed.
Okay. And how does that work?
Usually we partner with the town and we negotiate a pricing. We get vendors vetted out, and we promote the clean energy throughout the town, giving people an opportunity to go solar at a discounted rate. It's a group purchasing, so we leverage the pricing. The more people who sign up, the lower the price is for the group. So it's a tiered pricing. And typically we start our program at the tier 3, and we have 5 tiers. So far, all of the towns that I have worked with had reached the final tier and got the lowest pricing.
Very nice. And roughly how long does it take for the town to reach the lowest pricing?
So that's probably about 4 months into it.
All right.
And it's a 6-month program.
Okay.
But most of the towns that I've worked with have kept me on a bit longer just because they needed the additional support.
Okay.
And basically what we're there to do is teach their clean energy task force how to do this on their own.
Okay.
And I'll stay as long as I need to until they have the tools that they need.
Now, as far as the Clean Energy Task Force, what does that entail?
The Clean Energy Task Force is usually a volunteer group per town. It could be chosen by the first selectman or a volunteer basis. And some towns pay for their Clean Energy Task Force. But typically what I do is I come in and I work with the task force and give them the tools to promote this program and the marketing package that comes along with my program. We're boots on the ground, grassroots, so we're pretty proud of that package.
Now, what types of information can people find in the package of information that they get from your organization? When
I come into a town, I pretty much start running workshops, combine my efforts with local businesses such as hardware stores, and try to get the word out to the people about the benefits of going solar or going with an energy efficiency program. The benefits also will help out the town. They're looking to, they have a clean energy pledge that they've made, and this helps them get to their goals as a town. Also, we'll leave the town with a solar array based on how many people participate in the program.
Now, typically, how many people participate in the program, or does it vary by town?
Well, it's varying by town, definitely. I would say that Old Saybrook was our most successful town. Along with Woodbridge, they were kind of going neck and neck. And the 2 towns had about 34 contracts each, which is really remarkable coming from towns that didn't have a whole lot of solar in their town before we got there. And not to mention how many home energy solutions evaluations.
Right.
There are hundreds. In Madison had over 300.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the solar audits go, with the way everything works, how does that work? What do you just call and get information, then somebody shows up 3 days later and
Yeah.
they start throwing things on your roof?
Yeah, so the home energy solutions audit is different than the solar audit.
Okay, well, I was going to say, we'll talk
they
about
do
them
get-
both.
Yeah, sometimes they do get confusing because the program does offer everything now. But usually when you want an audit done for your solar, a professional will come to your house, the vetted contractor, and they will check your roof to see what your shading analysis is and let you know what your potential is for solar and how much of your bill they can cover with solar. They're looking to do 100%. In most cases, we're probably around, between 84 to 100%.
Okay.
So.
And how about the home energy audits, the home energy program, how does that work?
Yeah, so the Home Energy Solutions Program will, for $99, come into your house and find any leaks, air drafts, or anywhere that you're losing money from energy. And they'll also give you rebates on your refrigerator, or if you have an old equipment, they will come in and help you out with that. They can also give you rebates on insulation and anything that will help seal up your house so you're not losing money on energy. And they'll change light bulbs. Obviously, we have been on all of our program has been giving out LED lights to people lately, doing a swap, which has been really encouraging people to come out and hear what we have to offer.
Now, how does the swap work? What do you bring the regular light bulbs in, and then do a switch?
You got it. You can run the program.
Change out. Hey, there you go. In another life, yeah.
We can really use your help.
There you go.
You just bring your incandescent light bulb and up to 2 per household, and we'll swap them out for a energy-saving LED light bulb. And we've had a lot of success with that. It's been really encouraging people to come on out and hear about the program.
I was going to say, what's the difference between the regular light bulbs and the LED light bulbs?
Well, the difference is what we call them is the not hot bulbs. I'm sure you've heard of this. Is the incandescent ones run hot, use a lot of energy to get the bulb working, and the LEDs just conserves the energy. It's a different lighting mechanism that helps save energy. They can last up to 20 years. They've really gotten pretty good, so to save you money in the long run.
Right.
And they've come down in price.
Have they?
Yes.
I was going to say once they started hitting the market, they were probably pretty expensive. And
They were expensive, and you had to be really dedicated to go ahead and change out all of your light bulbs. But now, even at my workshops, you're able to get them at a reduced price. We also host someone to come and sell light bulbs, LEDs.
Really?
Yep.
Excellent.
So at a reduced rate.
There you go. Now, during your workshops, what types of information can people get, and what can they expect?
So they're going to hear about lighting options. They're going to hear about the home energy solutions options. They're going to hear about different loan options that are available through the state, or bundle packages that might put energy efficiencies with solar so that homeowners have more opportunities to finance their systems and save energy in the same token. So all of this information is all located at my workshops.
Okay.
And it's a one-stop for homeowners to really get aggressive and take control of their electric bill.
Exactly. Now, when do you typically do your workshops?
We do our workshops typically in the spring and fall.
Okay.
Those are our best times. It's when people are thinking about energy savings, right before the air conditioner comes on and right before the heat goes on.
Exactly.
So our next one will probably be in fall, but we have a lot of opportunities to see you from here and then, though, throughout festivals, and we're around.
Exactly. Now, as far as bundling and saving money, what's the typical savings that somebody can?
Savings?
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on what you choose for your house.
Okay.
Or it might also how drafty or old your house is and what we can reduce the energy that you're using. So it really does depend. It's per household.
Okay.
I couldn't give you.
That's fine. No, that's.
But I can tell you
Yes.
that everybody should get the free estimates.
Okay.
Everybody should.
I was going to say, how long does the estimate take to start to finish?
So start to finish with solar, it's a little bit of a lengthier process. It's more precise, and as soon as they come out, they're able to give you a proposal within 2 weeks.
Okay.
But the length of, if once you decide to go solar, it does take about 4 months. But it only takes 3 days to install. It's just all of the paperwork. Yep. To make sure everybody is getting the green light.
I was going to say, during the 4-month process, what usually happens?
So start to finish, you've got you need green lights from the green bank.
Yeah.
You need a green light from your electrical company.
Okay.
You need to fill out any kind of financial paperwork that can take a little time.
Okay.
And just to make sure that the system is going on and well documented, we need building officials from the town to also sign off. So there is a lot of safety precautions, but all necessary to make sure everybody's doing the right thing.
Maggie Trickle, would you mind sticking around for another segment?
I'd love to. Thanks.
We'll be right back.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show, sitting here with Maggie Trickle. Maggie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Maggie, we were talking during the first segment about exactly what the organization is. What types of information can people find on the website?
On the website, you're going to see the communities that we're currently working in.
Okay.
You're going to get a brief description of our program.
All right.
In our news section, you're going to get some helpful news of where to find us, events that we're holding.
All right.
Each town will also have what the next upcoming event is if we're holding an event in that town.
Right.
You will also be able to, if your town isn't listed there, then I encourage you to contact your first selectman and talk about this program and how you could possibly get involved. It takes a lot of volunteers to get this program up and running. Many personnel in the town is stretched to its limit, so many towns can't handle doing a program like this without volunteer support. And right now, we currently have about 50 volunteers within our towns that we've been working with, but if new towns want to get involved, we really do need the volunteers first to show up.
Yeah, because like you said, without volunteers,
Yeah.
the program's going to be, it's going to be workable, but it's not going to be as effective because you need people out there on the streets
Yeah.
spreading the word, talking it up.
Absolutely. And our marketing program is designed to go around the specific community. So we need somebody within that community who's really pointing out what the highlights and how people get the information in their town. Without that heads up, it would take too much time with research on each community to find out how everybody's getting their information.
I was going to say, all the towns that you've worked with in this area so far, everybody's been pretty receptive and
Oh, yes, yes.
getting the word out.
Getting the word out. We have such great volunteers. We have, and you do not have to be in the energy field to volunteer. You don't have to be with a marketing background. You just have to have a passion to help out. The rest of it, we can help you learn and figure out what we need you to do to help us.
And typically, if people want to come and help out for one of your events, what would you typically have them do?
We need people who are going to head up our Facebook, get the news out, give us a bit of a tour, do some legwork with calling the library, scheduling events, or hosting roundtables at their house. Any kind of help that you can give, we'll be ready to take advantage of volunteers.
Exactly.
They don't go to waste.
Oh, definitely
Maybe
not.
you'd be handing out the bulbs for the swap, discussing solar or the energy efficiencies with homeowners. We're always looking for solar ambassadors, solar coaches. We train our solar coaches so that they can go out in the community and talk about it. We try to get involved in each of our towns and head up parades, but we need community members in order to join the parade.
Exactly.
So yeah, we have a lot of fun with it though.
How many communities do you guys currently work with?
Currently we're in 13 communities and we're looking to expand in come this fall.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty exciting. Now, as far as let's explain to everybody the difference of if they want to have a solar audit done or a home assessment audit done. What are the differences in the two, and what is detail? What's involved in each of the visits?
Each of those visits, let's break it down.
Sure.
With the energy efficiencies, you're calling up, it's 1-800-WISE-USE.
Okay.
And you schedule your home for an evaluation.
Right.
And that evaluation, a group will come to your house. They do a blower test on your house. Probably takes about 3 hours, I would say.
Okay.
And they really check your house completely. For any drafts, leaks, anything like that. They change out light bulbs, they change your filters so that your water is saving energy too. They do a lot, and it's for $99. It's well worth it. And they give you a lot of advice along the way on how you can make your house a little bit more energy efficient.
Okay.
You don't have to take any of those measures, but they do offer it to the homeowners as part of the wrap-up section.
Okay.
Then we have solar. And solar is just a little bit different because they're coming in, and it doesn't take very long to tell you whether or not you have a good site for solar. A good site would be someone who is not facing north.
Right.
Right? So we're basically looking for a good portion of your roof to be southeast, southwest, even in some cases, west and east. But the best site is obviously south-facing house,
Right.
with no trees.
Exactly.
So people have discovered that taking down a few trees may be beneficial in the long run for them to have solar and save money. The return on the investment is 7 years with a good site, and that means that whatever money that you're putting out to begin with for the solar, you're basically going to pay off what you would normally pay with the utility bills in 7 years. So, and your panels are good for 25 years. So
Wow.
that's a pretty good calculation.
That is a pretty good calculation.
Yeah. So people have been coming to us not only because they believe in the benefits of going solar environmentally, but they're coming to us with the economics. The economics are there and it's working for them. Right now, the state incentives are really helping out with that, and the federal tax credits. This is the best time to go solar. We have an amazing program to offer to towns. We have the marketing, their information willing to give out to everybody. This is the time to go solar.
I was going to say, let's talk about some of the tax incentives
Yeah.
for if somebody decides to do it. Typically, what are they?
So the federal tax credits are 30%. That is given back to you when you file your tax returns.
Okay.
But you have your incentive immediately is given off the top, so the state incentive. So say a typical house for somebody who's going to go solar
Okay.
is looking at $25,000. We can pretty much cut that rate in half. And they can either use the state loans, the solar loans, or they can finance it themselves, or they can lease it. So they have a lot of options. People have a lot of options, and we're just making sure that they understand all of their options to go solar and really be part of a bigger movement while the incentives last.
Right. And how long do the incentives last?
So that would be. That's a great question, and it's something that I'm not able to answer.
Okay. All right.
I don't have the crystal ball. If I did, trust me, there's a lot of people who would be asking that exact same question.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're not going to ask that question then. Now, as far as the getting out into the community, if people want to get involved, how can they get more information? Is all the information on the website?
Yeah, everything's on the website, but I encourage everybody to send me an email and let me know that they would like to get involved. And even if they know that their town really doesn't have the time or want to get involved, we can get them involved separately. There's always room for volunteers when it comes to Connecticut Solar Challenge. We're always looking for people to help out. And you can contact me directly, and I would be able to guide you through what we would need. I had one person actually contact me who just wanted to get involved, but he didn't really have a whole lot of time.
Okay.
But he's a writer. So he wrote a beautiful article about solar, and we were able to get it published. So
Really?
yeah, we were really
Excellent.
happy about that too.
Excellent.
He was. He just had time on his hands, but not able to come out to our events.
Exactly.
So everybody has a way to give back. It's just a matter of getting involved.
And if somebody says to you, "Hey Maggie, I think I'm thinking about going the solar route on my house," and they were asking your opinion of why you think they should do it, what would you tell them?
The first thing that I always tell people is to make sure you vet out who you're going to go with. Get multiple proposals.
Okay.
It's kind of mandatory nowadays. There's some proposals or there's some sales out there, tactics that can be aggressive and not give you the true information, just kind of finagle numbers. And I do help people with any of those processes. So if somebody were to have gone already and done the legwork of getting the proposals, I'm able to help guide them through that, the proposals after that point.
And what would the after that point process be?
So what we would do is look at the finances, we'd look at what products they're offering to measure up everything and able to give them a little bit more information. I might even guide them to call up their building department and ask their opinion, because they're the ones who have to inspect this and to make sure that they've been dealing with a reputable company. So those are some of my advice to homeowners who are thinking about going solar.
And what about going with the home energy audits as well?
The home energy audits, they're vetted out by the utility companies, and usually you're dealing with very professional people coming into your home. But one thing that I suggest to people is don't go with people who are going door to door. I don't think that there's a lot of good efforts that are made that way, whereas when you call up the company that went through the vetting process and have the right credentials through the utility companies, they're much more reliable.
I was going to say there probably are people going door to door and trying to.
And who are not vetted out properly.
Exactly, and then you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into. And
Exactly. So yeah, you know, I always warn people, but you
Right.
can only.
Exactly.
The town usually picks the companies that they're working with anyway,
Okay.
the vendors.
Okay. And they're
So-
all pretty reputable. Of
Oh, and they're vetted out. Yes, they wouldn't put them forward otherwise.
Excellent. Well, Maggie Trickle from Connecticut Solar Challenge, I want to thank you for coming down tonight, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
You will.
All right. On behalf of Maggie, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.